Good morning, good morning. Happy Thursday. Today is Thursday, April 9th, 2026. Happy Thursday and good morning. Today you are joining me. This is a new channel. This is the YouTube for Authors channel. Over the last couple weeks, I did a part 3 series on how I got into publishing, how I got started into Christian publishing. I went through the journey of Chicago and New York and Charlotte, and now here in Minnesota. So, good morning. Welcome to the YouTube for Authors channel. I'm your host, Luverta Reames. I am a former editorial assistant, former acquisition editor for two major Christian publishing companies, and this is the YouTube for Authors channel. This episode will be about why I started this channel and how the episodes will go moving forward and what you can expect. So, this YouTube channel is for Christian authors who want prayer and they want practical publishing guidance, some education. I have a couple different pillars. First, I'll be talking about writing, and then I'll be talking about editing. I'll be talking about marketing and author platform. I'll be doing some publishing education. I'll be doing some interviews with publishing professionals. And so we'll be talking about outlining your nonfiction book. We'll be talking about self-editing structures, how to structure your book, whether it is nonfiction or fiction, actually. We will be talking about the 4 different types of editing. We will be talking about substantive editing and line editing, developmental editing, line by line editing, those kind of things, how to self edit for yourself. We will be talking about marketing and author platform, how to start and build your email list, which publishing platforms or which social media platforms, not publishing platforms, which social media platforms work for you, not just because of what other people are saying and what other people are throwing out for you, but which one works specifically for you. We will be talking about publishing education, so traditional versus self-publishing versus hybrid, writing a query letter, writing a book proposal, behind the scenes as my time was spent at Baker as an acquisition editor. And then what I actually love to do is interview. And so interviewing marketers and publicists and acquisition editors and cover design, interior design, like all these kinds of people is what you can expect moving forward. So I started this original channel just on a Tuesday, which this week celebrates my 3rd year, just for authors. I felt like working at a larger publishing company that we just kind of sped through books. And so we didn't necessarily take time to celebrate. And so in my corner of the world, I just wanted to celebrate authors on their release day and their release week, and let them know that some stranger out there that they don't know that worked in publishing, don't work in publishing, was praying for them and was celebrating them and their work. And so that's what started the author prayer series back in April of 2023 when I was living in Charlotte. And during that time, I was working for Penguin Random House, and no one kind of knew that I was doing this thing, even though I was like on social media. I still kind of kept it not a secret, but I was a lot more structured in how I did things and how I ran things. And so, as I am launching this author prayer series, I started with the author or launching the author prayer series on Thursday. So I started with the literary agent prayer series because most of the people that I was serving on that side, they had literary agents. And so I would pray for the author on Tuesdays and pray for the agent on Thursdays. And then I switched over because the other authors I was serving now didn't have literary agents. And so I would pray for those who had literary agents. And then sometimes I wouldn't pray because I wouldn't either know the literary agent by name, or I would, wait until the book came out on Tuesday and then go through the introductions or go through the acknowledgments and notice, like, oh, for Sherman Dumas, his literary agent is Javon Bowden of Embolden Media Group, because it literally says that in some part of this book, or it says it in the copyright page that this author is represented by the literary agency of Embolden Media Group. And so putting two and two together, I'm finding out like, oh, that's who the literary agent is, whether I'm getting the book on Tuesday and then praying for them on Thursday, however it seemed to work out. And so I would ask authors if they had any specific prayer requests, or I would ask literary agents if they had any specific prayer requests. And that went on, obviously, for these 3 years. But I've always wanted to do something else for authors, and I didn't know what that thing was. I just felt like with the author prayer series and the literary agent prayer series, that the YouTube channel and that my social media in general just became for authors who had already published a book, but it wasn't for like general consumption. It was like, if you are an author and you have published a book, this is where you come to get, prayed for and celebrated over. But for other Christian authors, I didn't have anything for them. And I also, if I'm honest, felt like, well, there's a lot of other people that are already giving out publishing advice and guidance, who have been in the industry, who are veterans in the industry. You got Jane Friedman. She has been in the industry for a really, really long time. You have Rochelle Gardner. She had been in the industry for a really, really long time. You have these self-publishers, these self-publishing companies. You have other, publishers who had been in the industry for a really long time, or those who just learned by, experience, those who had started their own self-publishing company and just kind of rose up. You had all of those. And so I felt like, well, what place do I have in the corner of these things? And I know people talk about bread all the time. If you go down the bread aisle, there are different kind of breads everywhere. I'm not bread though. And so I felt like, what am I offering? But then as I started talking to more authors outside of Baker and in my day to day, just kind of meeting, random people, and being in Minnesota and being during these happy hours at the Minnesota Book Publishers Association, or during the professional editors editing networks with Minnesota and Penn, I would be having these other conversations about publishing, and most of the people would be freelancers, and so we'd be having these conversations. Or if I'm doing a writing workshop, which I started sometime last year, they would be asking me different questions, and I would just think, oh, this is basic information. You can Google it. Well, no, they're asking you. They're not asking ChatGPT or Claude or Google or Gemini or all of these things. They're asking a real live human being. And so I just thought, like, okay, why don't I bite the bullet and just kind of do it? Like, put all my fear aside, put all my woes and my wonderings and my questioning aside, and just serve the people that are asking me genuine questions, who want to know these genuine things. And so if the platform grows, it grows. If the YouTube channel grows, it grows. I'm just going to be faithful over here and build this thing in this lane for Christian authors who want specific prayer and practical publishing guidance. And so we will go down the gamut of writing and editing and marketing and author platform and publishing education. I'll do some actual interviews with like hybrid companies, self-publishing companies, all of those things, because I don't want to leave out that facet of things. Even though I've come from this traditional lens, I don't want to leave out the self-publishing people who would rather say, no, I want to self-publish. I don't want to wait this through this timeline of all the things. Like, I want to do it my way and on my timeline. And so I don't want to forget about those people. And so that's what you can expect from this channel. You can expect actual encouragement. Not that other people don't give encouragement, but you can expect encouragement. You can expect support. You can expect education. You can expect laughs, because I will absolutely laugh at myself and laugh through the process. You can expect writing guidelines and editing things and talking about author platform and marketing and publishing. And it's not just me talking through this, through, head of mind, through top of mind. I am walking myself through this process. I actually submitted a proposal in December and got my rejection letter on Easter Sunday. I thought, how rude. They can't wait until Monday to send me a rejection letter. They sent it on Easter Sunday. Like, it's Resurrection Sunday. Why would you do that? But anyway, I got a rejection letter from a proposal that I sent to a company. And so I am in the trenches, writing alongside and pitching alongside and writing query letters and making my book proposal to that company. And also I'm going to do another one. And so I'm going to revise it and revamp it and do a probably completely new one for this other company. And so it's not just education that I'm spewing, it's things that I am actually walking through, just like any other author would be walking through this process. And so we will be walking through this together in 2026 on the writing pieces of things. And oh, Lord, the Lord is going to help us all. And so that's what you can expect from these channels, these different pillars, these different conversations. I'm going to be exposing all the things that I am actively doing and the things that I am encouraging other people to do. I had a conversation with a woman, and she asked me if I had any guidelines, maybe a tip sheet for like discovering whether you should traditionally publish or whether you should self-publish and those kind of things. And I don't. I didn't make a freebie. I didn't do all the things that business and entrepreneur people said that I should do. And I'm going to follow their advice. So this channel will be me following the advice of others to do the things that God has called me to do and to walk in my space as a Christian author, as one who wants to serve others and one that is called to serve others. So that is what you can expect from this channel. You can expect me walking this process along with you. You can expect me sharing about the things that I am doing. Um, you can expect me to share about the things that I'm doing. I started thinking about social media and how social media will look differently for my Instagram channels. I'm not that active on Facebook, but how things will look different going forward in this time as I am pitching, as I am querying, as I am writing, as I am revising, as I am getting feedback from other publishing professionals, literary agents. We'll see how that unfolds. Whether I am able to secure a literary agent, we'll be walking through all of these things that I'm actually telling clients and authors to walk through. So join me here for our experimentation and our success of publishing books with self-publishing or with traditional publishing. We will see how the Lord unfolds all of this. So I am so excited that you are here with me. I'm trying to keep these videos under 15 minutes, and I think I will accomplish that today. So thank you for joining me. I will see you back here on the YouTube for Authors channel with your host, Luverta. Have a great and wonderful day. Bye.